Hey YouTubers, it's Andrea again from Mac and Norm's channel. I've just finished showing you guys how I made my little jack-o'-lantern cupcake topper, so you guys can check that out if you haven't already done so. Now I'm just going to show you how to make a little witch's hat for your Halloween themed cupcakes as well. Okay, so let's get started. I'm just going to move them out of the way. Okay, so you can obviously make your cupcakes already with some ice Swiss meringue buttercream. You can use whatever cream you want. I've also covered the cupcake with a fondant disc that's been cut out with some rolled out fondant with a circle cutter. Okay, now I've just kept this there so we can have it as a reference. Okay, so I'm just going to need some black fondant. You can buy black fondant already pre-coloured, which is the best option. It's really hard to dye your own fondant black because it uses quite a lot of dye, and you probably will just keep getting a grey if you try to dye it yourself. Okay, so I've bought some black fondant and I've mixed it with a tiny little bit of white fondant to make it more workable. Otherwise I find it really sticky. Okay, so I've just got a ball roughly the size that I want of the hat, top of the hat. And all I'm going to do is roll it to look a little bit longer like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to squash it back up there and make the pointy part of the witch's hat. Okay, so I don't want it to be too long, so I'm just pushing it back. And then I'm just gonna twist that so it looks like the hat is just flipping over or flopping over just a tiny little bit, so it looks like the other one. So that's about right. Okay, and then I'm just going to set that aside. I've also rolled out some fondant and I've used a little circle cutter that matches the size of the hat that I want, and I've cut it out there. Okay, so that's roughly going to be what the hat looks like. Now just to give it a little bit of detail, I'm going to use the back of a knife and I'm just going to put some indents in the disc. Just to give it more detail, like I said. Okay, and I'm just going to put it back on to see how it looks. Okay, now that's fine. All I'm going to do now is do the little purple band around the hat. Okay, I'm just going to put that aside. I've rolled out a little bit of purple already and I've cut up the first strip to do that hat, so this is just my leftover strip. I'm just going to use a little cutting knife and I'm just going to cut along there. Normally I have a ruler to help me, but I can't find my ruler right now, so I'm just going to do it by freehand. Oops, not a clean cut there. Doesn't matter, we'll just fix it up as we go. Okay, I'm just going to cut that end bit off, and then I'm just going to wrap it around the base of the hat. Okay, I'm going to use a little bit of my water glue because I don't have my actual edible glue with me. So I'm using a brush and some water and I'm just going to put that on. Then I'm just going to brush around the edge of the hat. And then I'm going to stick my little purple band on. Okay, now to do the little buckle, I'm just going to roll out some white fondant. Excuse me. I normally have my palette knife to help me lift up, but I can't find that either right now, so I'm just using this knife. Okay, so I'm just going to put this aside. Now I've rolled out a little bit of white fondant already. And now I'm just going to use my knife again to cut out a square shape or a rectangle shape. Okay, just to finish off the hat, I'm cutting out a tiny little rectangle shape out of fondant here in the white fondant with my little cutter. Then I'm just going to cut out the little center of the buckle. It's a little bit fiddly. Okay. And then I'm just going to stick it on with a little bit of water or edible glue onto the hat. Now I've done that a little bit big, so it's just sticking out of the purple, but just push it back down in. And there you have it. There's your witch's hat, which you can put straight onto your cupcakes with a little bit of frosting or edible glue. Okay, don't forget to check out the jack-o'-lantern as well that I've made to match it for the Halloween season, and I'll see if I can do one more Halloween themed cupcake for you guys, maybe a tombstone or something like that. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Mac and Norm's channel, and yeah, let me know what you guys think, and click that thumbs up button too if you like my work. Bye for now.